just wanna have fun, turn around now, turn around now. I just wanna have fun, turn around now, turn around now. I just wanna turn around, dance. I just wanna turn around now. I just wanna have fun, turn around now. I just wanna now and turn around now, turn around now. I just wanna turn around, dance. I just wanna.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video from Roundtable. Hope you guys enjoyed that C50 cinematic teaser that we previewed before. So yeah, we finally have it here. We just only received news that now this is a Netflix certified camera.
Woohoo!
And yeah, it's honestly like really surprising to us, but also actually not really surprising. It's kind of expected. So yeah, how we managed to get here owning a cinema camera and the journey towards that, I think I'll let Ruben sort of talk about that more. And yeah, like how from us owning R5, R6 Mark II, and how was it the journey to getting all the way up to C50?
Well, I think it depends on whether you see it as going up or going parallel. Because I think at the end of the day, in the cinema line for Canon, I think the C50 sits at the very bottom. And for our Canon cameras that we have, the full frame cameras that we have, the R5 technically sits slightly above it. But yeah, but I think this is the most comparable to our R5. And yeah, I think last year was a really good year for Canon. I think they had the R5 Mark II launch. They had the I'm just gonna talk the full frame stuff. The R5 Mark II launch. They had the R6 Mark III launch, and then they had the C50 launch. I think like these things were all like, what? Actually, if I'm not mistaken, even the 1D launched last year. Sorry, R1. The R1.
R1, yeah, R1, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
the R1 launched
last year
or the year before.
Yeah,
but basically it's been like Canon's been on this like, okay, let's like really ship out all our full frame cameras, right? And yeah, we had to think a lot, I guess, when we had to decide like, okay, do we want to pick out another camera? And I think why we chose the C50 at the end, why did we land on it? Even though the R6 Mark III and the C50 share so much similarities, I think we wanted to take video a little bit more seriously. The bulk of Roundtable's work has always been a hybrid. We've done a lot of videos, we've done a lot of photos, and all our cameras are mostly photo cameras first before they become video cameras. But of course nowadays we're in the world hybrid, right? Even this C50 is a hybrid camera. You can even take photos with it, right? Which things like the C80 cannot do. Right? Or even above the C80. But yeah, anyway, so we chose the C50 mainly because number one, it was within the budget that we're looking for. Number two, we wanted to take video a little bit more seriously. And the C50 is just equipped with enough features to just let us, that convinces us to go into the cinema lineup. I mean, we'll talk about some of the favorite specs later. Yeah. But yeah, that's basically the journey that got us to pick this bad boy up.
Yeah, I feel like we discussed as a team like whether we should really get the C50 because my opinion was that I feel this camera, if we do get the R6 Mark III, it's still a hybrid camera. But I feel like if we get the C50, it's sort of like it's making a breakthrough in terms of actually touching on the cinema line. And yeah, after I saw the specs and all the features that it has, and how when I first held it in my hand as well, how light it was, I was like, wow, this is like no-brainer like purchase. I felt like it was really worth it. And yeah, speaking of specs, when we first saw the spec sheet, we were like, what on earth is this? Because I think when this was released first, before the R6 Mark III, was it released before R6 Mark III?
Yeah, it released
technically,
before,
right? Before, right?
1 week before.
Yeah, then we thought like, oh, this is crazy specs, and we didn't expect Canon to release this
stacked baby.
Yeah, this stacked baby, right? Now we get into the spec sheet. So yeah, I think I'll pass on to Ruben for that. And maybe after that, I will talk about a little bit more about my experience using the camera. So yeah, onto the factual book.
Producer to come out with the spec sheet.
I mean,
DOP know a little bit more about these things. So yeah, anyway, so the reason why we chose to go with this camera, I think, now I guess the big thing that people will be talking about the most is open gate. Personally, we haven't used it yet on set, but we do like that option. I think having 7K open gate is a great option. But there's one spec that I think people have been leaving out in a lot of reviews that I really want to use one day, and it's the simultaneous recording. So what that means is that we can actually record full frame open gate into the CFast, is it a CF Express Type B card, and in the SD card, you could actually record a separate file. So you can actually choose to have a proxy, but what I think will be a game changer for our industry is actually you can record a cropped version of the sensor as well. So you could even have a vertical crop, and that's so amazing for people who just need a quick social media express out within like the 24 hours after you shoot. And so you could even literally shoot a whole day of footage and pass the SD card, which is full of the vertical recordings, to maybe a social media editor, and that guy can take it and go and edit something quickly for social media stuff. And yeah, I think that's the spec that's flying underneath the radar right now, and we cannot wait to use it. I think we also love the customizability of this camera. Every single button, I think like 14. How many buttons?
15.
Let me see. I see 13. 14. Yeah, 14. 14 customizable buttons on this camera, and you can do it for use it for everything. We are still gonna, I guess, over time choose a type of layout and get the whole team familiarized with it. But as of right now, I think it's really amazing.
I think what really surprised me was that how the high dynamic range really complements the dual base ISO that this camera has. So it's a 800 first base and a 6400 second base. People may think that 6400 is too little because other competitors have a bigger ISO range, but I feel like 64 is just the nice right amount of ISO that's needed for second base. I don't really ever see a need to go beyond that unless if you're really shooting like pitch black or like clubbing whatsoever in concerts. You really need that high ISO to compensate for all the darker areas. But I feel like 6400 is just a nice sweet spot. And
What that you would use more often.
yeah, exactly. So like even combining it with the high dynamic range, if you shoot at 6400 plus high dynamic range, you bring it into post-production, it's like you don't really see the noise or the grain. That's what really surprised me the most, because I always thought like shooting high ISO at second base, if you were to bring up the exposure, it might add a little bit noise. It won't be entirely noticeable, but it might add like grainy noise whatsoever. But I was so surprised when I brought up like the exposures and the shadows, or in like when I tried to bring down the highlights, or when I exposed the darks in post. It's really surprising. That was almost like really clean image. I was really shocked by the results. And yeah, speaking of experience, that's one of my experiences in like the high dynamic range and the ISO combined. And this camera is so light. Even rigging it up, it's really light. We don't have the cage currently. We might invest one in the future, but for now it seems like it has the mounting points for the top handle, which speaking of top handle as well, it has the XLR inputs, it has the record button, and it has that electronic zoom where you have to buy the attachment that attached to the lens so you can actually like zoom in and out. It has the mounting points for the top handle, the base plate, and it's really simple actually. Together with the f2.8 lens, I feel like it's a do-it-all like setup. Even with the dual base ISO paired with that 2.8 lens, it's really just a do-it-all setup. Like you can just bring it anywhere with you, and definitely you could just shoot everything everywhere all at once.
Yeah, I think one of the things that we are
That's a really bad joke, but sure.
That's an old movie, man. So dated. But anyways, I think we are really excited to see what we're gonna do with this C50 in the future. There are some plans, maybe a short film here and there, maybe some bigger projects that we're working on. Of course, this guy's not gonna come out for every single shoot because it is again a cinema camera, and most of our work, or some of our work, wouldn't need to have this big boy, right? So we are gonna rig it up in the future and all that stuff, but as of now, I think it's really like, punching above its weight, looking at this size, looking at its weight.
Yeah, quite literally. Yeah, so we really can't wait to utilize it to its full potential. I feel like because it's one of our first experiences, I think, using a cinema camera. and I felt like we've only scratched the surface of what this camera can do.
Yeah.
We haven't even touched the simultaneous recording yet, and we're still trying to test it out here and there.
Coming soon.
Yeah, really coming soon, especially like anamorphic, D-squeeze, internal LUT. Yeah, so there's a lot of things this camera can do, and we've just only scratched the surface. And we really hope that in the future we will be able to explore these opportunities, like jobs that enable us to open doors for us to explore more
And
about
open
this
gates
camera.
too.
Open
Gates. Yeah.
open gate. Yeah. Anyway, so
Yeah, so that's it for today. So yeah, that's our initial thoughts of the Canon EOS C50. If you guys have any comments or you guys have any suggestions of what we can do with this camera, maybe you have a script you want to film and we might want to just test it out and find out how we can use this camera better. Yeah, let us know in the comments. We could work on something cool together, and yeah, let us make news of this guy. Okay?
is it available for rent?
Sorry?
Is it available for rent?
Yeah, it can be available for rent, depending on the production house. It has to be, we got to make sure that you guys know what you're doing. Because this is, I think, one of the few Canon EOS C50s
Currently in Malaysia
right
now, yeah.
So we do want to take care of our baby. But yeah, let us know in the comments if you have any questions whatsoever. We'd be happy to get to them. And yeah, catch you guys in the next one.